Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today's guest is a transformational, integrative nurse coach and seasoned psychotherapist who has spent more than 4 decades guiding women toward wholeness, strength, and joy. She supports high achieving women in releasing the weight of doubt, softening into inner peace, and stepping into their most luminous, purpose driven lives. Okay, bring it on, Dr. Karen Jo, because I'm ready. With a blend of clinical wisdom, ancestral knowing, and heart centered coaching, she nurtures possibility, power, and renewal, reminding every woman that joy comes again and she is worthy of her full bloom. Please help me welcome the amazing Dr. Karen Jo Sullivan, founder of OlatundeZAS. I hope I said that right. Integrative Health Institute. Can you tell me how I can say that better? And welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. You said it's just fine. It's a combination of words that are not common in the English language, so you did beautifully.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So tell us about you and your company and what exactly you do for us high achieving women that need all these amazing things that you have to offer.
Well, high achieving women are often overthinkers and look successful in person and show up professionally, always on and taking care of everybody else. But they often are suffering in silence with things that they want to do what they have not done yet, things for themselves, putting themselves first, or sometimes they're walking around with a secret. Sometimes they wake up in the middle of the night with a sense of dread and they don't know where that's coming from. And I think many of them are living small. They're busy taking care of the world, family, children, sometimes parents, their job, but they put themselves on the back burner often. And that wears on you after a while.
Mm.
So I help them to see their strengths, to reclaim who they are, reclaim their joy, and step into their best lives for themselves.
Wow. Okay. Every woman listening to this needs you, number one, because all of us, in some aspect of what you say, we're doing those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are definitely doing those things. And especially in the sandwich era, where we're still taking care of maybe children, grandchildren, and parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tug of war that goes on internally and still business and taking on more responsibility, it happens.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from a heartfelt place of taking care of people.
Yeah.
But we've all heard take care of yourself first. That's easier said than done among
Oh,
women in particular.
yeah. Yeah. So what sparked you to actually start and become this entrepreneur that you are? I mean, you were a nurse, you're a psychotherapist. I mean, all these things. What sparked you to become the entrepreneur?
Well, what started it wasn't business. It was really survival because during my first pregnancy, 35 years ago now, I almost died. In that hospital room, I had a very clear sort of spiritual knowing that it wasn't my time. Um, and there was work I was meant to do, so I knew I had something else to do. My daughter, that pregnancy survived, um, and motherhood changed everything, as it does for many of us. So I spent those 4 years, dedicated serving as a nurse, psychotherapist, educator, professor. Entrepreneurship, that came when I realized that I was meant to build something that carried my full voice, if you will.
Mm.
Um, Not just my credentials. I have all the credentials. And in theory, I'm retired, but I didn't want to retire quietly. Um, I want to build a legacy. It's really rooted in healing and rooted in empowerment and joy. And my children's names, my son's name, he's the second born, means joy comes again. And so it's not branding, but it's my life. And entrepreneurship wasn't really a pivot, if you will.
Mhm.
It was more a reclaiming my life, reclaiming who I am, reclaiming my power.
Wow. And so you bring that to other women for them to reclaim their own power
Yes. Yes.
and to give them their joy that they might be missing out on 100%.
Oftentimes women are missing it, but there's some shame involved with even saying that out loud.
Mm.
Perhaps they said it to a girlfriend or a mother, and someone's, told them, look at I'd love to have your life. Look at your house. Look at your kids. But, when you do a lot for other people, you often neglect yourself, particularly if you're a woman. And so there's a lot of shame around there, but they're quiet
Mm.
as well, which is heartbreaking to me, and what I'm here to help them to release.
Wow. So what you've learned so far, what would you go back if you wrote yourself a letter to your younger self? What would you go back and say?
I would say you don't have to earn your worth by overachieving. I'm a
Ooh.
chronic overachiever. You don't have to shrink either to be loved. I think I tell my younger self the things that feel like setbacks to them are really how they will become their authority, if you will. I would also tell her to trust her intuition sooner rather than later. It'll save it would save her years.
Intuition. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and, most women do have an internal intuition, but
absolutely.
we just don't listen to it sometimes.
Right. So I would tell myself, my 18-year-old self, save her a lot of pain, suffering, listening to your intuition
Mm.
from then.
From from men?
No, from age 18 on.
From 18 on.
Yes,
Okay.
always
Yep.
listen to it. Absolutely.
For everything. It doesn't matter. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
don't go down that road. Why? Something's probably gonna happen. Just
Right.
don't do it.
Trust that the knowing that you feel is genuine, and act on it. Don't be afraid of it.
What about a game changer in your business, like a strategy or something that you did that made a difference, and maybe you didn't expect it to make a difference?
It wasn't really a strategy. Stopped I decided to stop hiding behind my credentials. And stop saying I'm a nurse and a therapist, and I claim my integrative leader, the authority that I actually am. I stopped
Ooh.
minimizing myself. My business began expanding, and I saw my vision that I had seen parts of became much more clear. Clarity creates momentum. Before that, I was shrinking, which created stagnation.
So let's go back. There's 2 things that I am like I preach on all the time, is stop hiding and
Mhm.
stop waiting for somebody else to give you that permission slip.
Yes, I love that permission
You
slip.
own both of those.
Yeah, I didn't always, but I do now,
No,
and
I'm
that's
talking
where
about
entrepreneurship.
them.
Yeah,
Our audience, they own both of them, and you and I, just like you're saying, we have done the same thing.
right, right, right. And my goal is to help. I mean, so women, there's so much we have to give. I mean, we're life givers. Life comes out of no one exists without us, right? And watching women who are very powerful in their authentic in themselves, but living small, who are living like as if they're muted, that breaks my heart. I'm here to help them to get rid of the lies that they've been told, the things that they believe, the limiting decisions, and step into their true, authentic, fabulous, vibrant selves. That's my
Oh my
mission. Yeah.
oh my god. it makes my heart like go. So I say those things, and so when people get the aha moments, I'm gonna say like you have to go see Dr. Karen Jo because she's just gonna like get the whole thing out your head.
Yeah, it's there's a real, I can't find a word big enough to describe the satisfaction and the joy I see when watching someone I'm working with sit up straighter, chest sticks out a little bit. They, just begin to recognize that is actually who I am. It's always been there, but it's been hidden by lies and stories they've been told. So it's very powerful to witness women step into themselves.
Let's go back a little bit, just what you said. It's what they've been told either externally or internally because they've heard it externally so much throughout their life. That happened.
That's it. But also, what happens when people, I'm talking about women here, are young children, they're living in a house where they're watching closely what's happening, how their mother's being treated, how their father, if they're present, is treating their mother. And things happen where children make a decision about themselves based on something that happened when they were little. So I've told some people, I said, so that happened when you were 4. That was the mind of a 4-year-old making that decision. And once it's there, sort of integrate this sense of self. Maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe that's it, or I'm not good enough. And then as they go through life, things happen and they sort of gather evidence to support this limited belief about themselves. I like to describe it as having mud. So you get this lie, you have mud on you, and you get more and more as you get older, just more and more things about you that support this idea that maybe you're not worthy.
Hmm.
And I'm here to get rid of all the mud, clear out the mud, and help them to recognize who they actually are. It's a process, but it's really important, and it's powerful. It's not difficult, and I think it's time. It's time for women who don't recognize their worth and their strength to recognize that they are magnificent as they stand. And perhaps they're living in places and in stories that are not even theirs to be told, not even theirs to hold.
Ooh. Ooh, something they've seen in the past and they've just adapted it, just like you said.
Right, right, right.
Wow. All right, let's talk about mud. We have a woman, she's standing in all the mud around her as an entrepreneur, and she's ready to throw in the towel. She's tired, and she's just can't go anymore. What
Mhm.
would you tell her?
Well, I tell her if she's in that space that lots of stuff happening, kind of a messiness, if you will, don't quit. Don't stop on a bad week. They need to refine, adjust, reclaim. We talked earlier about resting yourself. We don't rest a lot. So when things feel like it's a lot, being overwhelmed is a state. It's not a feeling, it's a state of being. And for overwhelm, relaxation, coming to yourself. I do a lot of meditation when I am overwhelmed. I do it every day, but as a way to calm down, to regroup and come back to yourself. Calming down, stepping away, quitting in the middle of overwhelm does not serve you well because that, like I said, it's a state of being. It's not an actual thing. And taking time to either sleep, perhaps they didn't get to eat, something is needs to be taken care of. It's like a message. The same thing with a lot of illnesses are messages that your body, you need to pay more attention to me, please. To listening to their bodies
Mhm.
and being unapologetically selfish, taking care of themselves, that's a critical factor that women don't do enough of.
So taking care of yourself, let's talking about juggling the balance act between family, parents, business. Some people still have a job.
Right.
How did you do it? What do you suggest to other people? How do they do that?
So I don't like the idea of juggling. I integrate. So my family is my why, as is for many women. And my brand, as I said before, is rooted in my children's names and my survival story. So I took something that was terrifying and frightening and looked to see, what did I gain from that? How did I do that? And integrated it into it. So I don't separate business and life.
Mhm.
I build my business from life.
Oh, wow.
But also I rest, because rest is a revenue strategy. Resting is critical for women to do.
I have one girl who said that she makes more money when she rests.
I'm not surprised.
She says she makes more money when she actually just takes a step back and rest.
If you live in this country, in the United States, there's a socialized attitude of go, 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 go,
Mhm.
go, go. And there's no rest. And so people buy into that. They don't know any different. When you rest, you reinvigorate yourself, you get in touch with yourself, you renew yourself. It's a purposeful strategy of mine. I try to encourage women to do the same thing, because your brain, everything needs to rest and regroup. It gives you time to consult with yourself, if you will, and hear the wisdom that's there, that the busyness overshadows. So
Oh,
resting is very powerful. Stopping, resting, claiming yourself and claiming your space is very powerful for women to do. We don't do it enough. And I'm here to tell women rest is a revolution. It's a strategy. It's a very intentional
mhm.
strategy that for many women will increase their revenue if they're in business for themselves. It'll increase their pleasure with their families. It'll increase their health and their sense of themselves. And it's a little word with a big meaning that we often find very difficult to do. But we have to, because the world needs us to heal it at this time.
Ooh,
The
the
world
world
needs
needs
that.
it to be healed.
Yes, I think women are here to nurture the world and to heal, nurture the world back to health. That's that's what we're here for, and that's what I'm here to help women to recognize their true value and unmatched importance, especially now around the world. It isn't just in this country.
Wow. Okay. That is a mind blown just right there. And what about talking about women nurturing the world? I want to hear about your nurturing. I want to pull back the curtain and I want to go in and have a sneak peek of what do you see in your future for you and for your business?
Well, the business, like I said, I'm supposed to be retired. So what I see is expanding programs. I'm beginning with empowering women, and the sort of the container of that is empowered, nurture, empowered joy for women. That's my if my business is a house, that's the first room that I'm decorating, if you will. Um,
I can see the signs everywhere.
so I'm really interested in expanding programs for high achieving women who look successful but feel muted. So courses. I like the idea of luxury retreats for women. That's my real
Ooh,
the
when are
idea
we
of
going and where
the
is it?
idea of pampering on women, and that's I'm building that now. I've got a few collaborators that do different things, but I envision a luxury retreat for women, and it's not just one night. No, it's a few nights where they're pampered and loved on and rested and well fed. What women do for other people, I want to do for women.
Oh,
That's where I'm going. So this is just the beginning. Like I said, I can't retire and rest because this is my purpose now. And the idea of having women and just loving on them makes me very happy.
oh, that is so sweet
Yeah.
because so many of us don't get that at
Right.
all.
We don't. Yeah. And depending on where, if you're in this country or other country, there's so many places where women are not. They're not even listened to.
Yeah.
You're listening to a woman's birth story, for example. No one asks to hear that. I love to hear
Mm.
the entire story. Letting women talk and listen is really empowering their voices, which have been muted for a long time, and there are attempts all around us, particularly in the United
Mhm.
States, to mute us further. I'm thinking we're not going to be quiet. We're going to make a loud noise and get in some good trouble. Speaking up for us. Speaking up
I
for
like loud noises and getting in trouble. That is fun. So
good
talk
trouble. It's good trouble,
it could
but
be bad.
I see you, Angel.
All right. Tell me something unexpected about you that we're gonna look at you and go, "She did what?"
Well, most people see my grounded presence. What surprises a lot of them, maybe not you because we know each other, but other people, is how playful I am. I
You're
like to
fun.
I like to own myself as kooky Karen. Um, I love play. I'm really in touch with my 2-year-old self. Playing with unapologetically having fun. Um, I love dramatic pauses too. I love color. My
I
favorite color
love all the
is
red.
red. Yes, I love red. I love beauty. But I think my kookiness is catch people off guard because I can be very professional and successful and I have all the credentials, but I'm a kook and I own it now. I love being it. It's very relaxing, it's fun, and it's my authentic self, which I didn't always embrace, but now I do.
Yep. I get it. All right, let's pump up some volume on some music. Do you have a song or songs that you love?
I like I Am Light by India Arie,
Ooh,
and Rise Up by Andrea Day.
love that song.
And one I just discovered, Hello Morning by Jamie Woods. Those songs are all about, in spite of what you've lived through, rising up and being strong. I'm not the lies or stories that I've been told. I'm not the lies that people say. I am the light.
Mhm.
And Hello Morning is about waking up every day. Hello morning. We've known the day is not, tomorrow is not promised, but also there's an important message in that song about not hanging on to yesterday's drama, but taking it, a new day. And so saying hello to the morning and celebrating that song really lights me up. I like to listen to it. It's a workout song, but it's a beginning workout. It's a stretching and getting into it. So those songs and songs like that, I have a whole playlist of empowerment songs for women, but those 3 specifically are very much rooted in not holding on to past whatever, lies, pain, but recognizing and rising up today and being your authentic self and ready to learn what you need to learn to live as you're supposed to live.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, and those songs do that. So thank
Mhm,
you for that.
mhm.
What about a book or books?
I think about books. I have a little bit of a problem with books. I buy a lot, and so do I raise my kids who are now in their 30s to also love and appreciate books. And my husband, but I think I was really impressed with Maya Angelou when I was growing up. I know about The Caged Bird Sings and poems that she wrote and books by Toni Morrison. I guess there are also books about women who look like me, who've lived quiet and muted or oppressed and suppressed, who, in
Mhm.
spite of what they were told, did not believe a lie and step into their strength and who they actually are. So those 2 authors in particular write in that way. So if I could name anybody, I would name Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison as my go-to books, particularly because they influenced me when I was probably 12 in the beginning,
Wow,
and
that's amazing.
I'm older than that now and much wiser.
Yeah, me too. All right, what about a favorite quote?
Well, my favorite quote related to my business that speaks to my children is, "As a beautiful flower blooms, so joy comes again."
Oh,
That's my quote. I mean, I've lived that. Those are my children. Their names mean that. My business means that. But a quote that I often use, particularly when I'm talking with people in a group or someplace else, or if I'm coaching or doing therapy, is face the thing you fear, and the
Mm,
death of fear is certain. That's a
mhm,
powerful statement for me. Um, and I think women have a lot of fear about standing up taller, stepping into their authentic selves, displeasing someone in their family.
mhm.
And I'm here to say from lived experience and having witnessed it in clients that I've worked with, when you face those, you step up for yourself, it's a beautiful thing. That's people who love you want to celebrate the real you. So if
Yep.
stepping up into yourself and being who you are feels different and you're afraid people won't love you, you're being who you actually are. And people that really love you and know you will welcome you with all of your magnificence and all your vibrance, beautiful self. Yeah.
Yep, always. All right, superpower, 24 hours. What would it be? You can be anything you want. What would it be? What would you want?
I think I would slow time down long enough to help women see themselves clearly.
Wow.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
I'd slow things down a little bit.
So motivation, do you believe in it? And if you do, what do you do if you need to get motivated?
So I don't force motivation. I like to regulate it.
Oh.
So I love to walk in nature. I pray, I breathe. I'm a breathwork facilitator, and people don't. I knew as a nurse for forever, people don't breathe
Mm-mm.
fully, and so I walk and breathe in nature. Um, but I also get quiet. There's a lot of noise around, and so
Mhm.
sometimes I talked earlier about women, stepping aside and reclaiming their space and taking time for themselves. When you're quiet, there's a lot of wisdom and life lessons in our heads that we don't hear if we're busy, busy, busy. But so sometimes just being quiet reduces overwhelm.
Wow.
And you find motivation in the brilliance that's in your own head. But you have to be quiet sometimes to hear it.
Very quiet. I need to quiet my brain. What's the best way for our audience to stay connected with you, Dr. Karen Joe?
Um, well, I'm on Facebook and LinkedIn, but certainly emailing me.
Mhm.
Um, I am interested in talking with women who for whom this interview has been powerful, and they say, "Oh, that's me," and I'm hiding because I'm looking to gather more information about women's stories. I'm looking to write a book about women's stories of when they were hiding and how they came to be their true authentic selves. So definitely by email is powerful. Setting up a call then and perhaps sharing their story. I like to listen. I'm here to listen. I love to listen. No one else does that. And I'd love to listen to more women.
Yeah. So I'll tell you mine. You ready?
Yes.
So it's the green dot on the camera.
The
I
green
hear from the green dot. I called it it was my kryptonite, the green dot,
dot.
and
Mhm.
getting out there to do what I do.
And
So,
so something empowered you, yes,
mhm, mhm.
to face the green dot. And here and now look at you.
Yeah, yeah, and it was to actually step out of my comfort zone and actually to give the power back to you guys to be
Mhm,
able to do these interviews because I knew that I was the person called to help you guys have a voice to the rest of the world.
mhm, mhm,
So
mhm.
that was it. So so you got my story. So a mic drop moment for us, if you don't mind. Tell us something that maybe we didn't talk about or you wanna expand on before we leave.
I think high achieving women don't need to become more impressive. They need to become more honest.
Yeah.
And the next level is not about performance, it's about alignment.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, so true. Dr. Karen Jo, mwah, thank you for being here with me today. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you.
Thank
They're
you for
going to love
having
you.
me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.